Hi Stitchers, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Stitching with Nicole. It is Sunday, November 23rd, 2025. Welcome. I believe this is episode 126. It's been a couple of weeks. Unintentionally, last weekend was my birthday. That is not why I wasn't here. So if you have watched any of my Blue Coat Santa Sal lives, or you follow me for paper crafting and have seen my recent live there, you might know that my daughter, who lives in Colorado, she was in a car accident a couple of weeks ago and totaled her vehicle. She's totally fine. So that is, such a blessing. But she was, of course, very, very upset. Her husband was at work about 40 minutes away from where she had the accident. He actually contacted both her dad and I, which was really kind of him. And then they both ended up coming home for that weekend so that she could get a loaner from her dad and just kind of all of that stuff. And I really think maybe just wanted to be near her family. It was pretty traumatic. And she was bruised pretty good. The bruises were nothing to sneeze at, but she's doing well. And so thank you for your thoughts and prayers for her, for all of you who knew that she was in the accident. Anyway, so she was here, and even though I say derailed some of my regular plans, it was such a blessing to have her here. She was able to celebrate her little brother's birthday. His birthday's a day before mine, so we all went out to eat dinner for his birthday. We all go as a family most of the time. Their dad goes, so that was super nice. We all got to go where Ethan wanted to go. We got to celebrate him. We got to come back to the house. I had ordered him a cheesecake. He loves cheesecake. And he said, something chocolatey, Mom. And I found this Oreo cookie cheesecake from a place in New York, and I had it shipped here. And so he totally loved that. It was really, really fun. And then the next evening, we went out to eat dinner for my birthday. My oldest had made reservations at this really nice steak restaurant. They're known for their French. Well, I don't know if they're known for it. I think they're known for their French onion soup. And of course I did get that, but we went out and it was really, really nice, and such a nice low-key way to celebrate my birthday. And yeah, but it just derailed everything. And because I had a house full of company, and then I had a house full of, or not a house full, I had washing machines full of laundry to do, sheets and towels and all of that good stuff. And it was my birthday weekend. I was like, I am not filming a video. I love you guys, but I'm not filming a video. So I thought, you know what? It's fine. We'll just save it. And I didn't actually get to start my birthday sal on my birthday just because of all of the things going on. I started it on Sunday, the day after. I kind of took Sunday as my makeup birthday day where I got to do a little bit more of what I wanted to do. So I hope everybody has had a wonderful 2 weeks. I have been enjoying watching other Flosstubes while I've been stitching. I have enjoyed the 2 Blue Coat Santa Stitch With Me lives that I've done for my birthday stitch along. It's so exciting seeing you guys stitching for your Teresa Kogut Santas. And I have to say, yesterday morning I got up to stitch, which is what I do most mornings. I stitch for a little bit before I get my day going. Enjoy my coffee, snuggle with my boys, throw the red ball leaf for Frank, and stitch. And I watched Tara Sullivan's Flosstube where she was showing all of her Teresa Kogut Santas. I already told her this, but it totally sent me down the rabbit hole of pulling my Teresa Kogut charts that I want to stitch. I mean, look, I think I equated this into my last live video last Friday, that it's like eating and your eyes are bigger than your stomach. My stitchy eyes are always way, way more ambitious than what I can actually get done, but I don't care. So I have pulled several charts to kit up and that I would like to get starts on. I also thought it would be fun today. I am going to share my Jingle Ball stitching progress. I think since I've been here last, I think the only thing I haven't shown you is my Stacy Nash classes, and I'm still working. I haven't even started Ginger, but I will have the Gingerbread man done before the Jingle Ball, and I have time. So I think really the only things I've stitched on are the Gingerbread and my Blue Coat Santa, if I'm not mistaken. But I thought it would be fun today to do a Christmas WIP parade. I don't have as many Christmas WIPs as I thought I did. I was shocked about that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to show you guys my Christmas WIPs, and I do have a few. I would like to work on those, but what Tara's video really inspired me and got me thinking, I have really been inspired just by other, not even non-stitching accounts, basically, with my Christmas decor. I like how there's vignettes in the bathroom, like on shelves and things, where you just kind of add a sprinkle holiday cheer throughout your house. I have been loving that. I've wanted to do it for years, and so I've actually kind of started. So I actually changed out my bedding in my guest bedroom. It's an everyday bedding, but with a few little changes, it does make it wintry, Christmassy, which is fun. I'm going to go ahead and do some things in my guest bathroom, just little things here and there. And of course, during Vlogmas, I'll take you through anything that I've decorated just to share and hopefully inspire you guys as well. But it's really got me thinking about what I have, what I've stitched, what I want to stitch, and what will work with that kind of decor. And what I really need more of is framed pieces. So you're definitely going to see probably more of those kinds of things, and more than likely those will be a little bit more of a long-term. I say long-term, but those aren't going to be a weekend or, a week stitch for the most part, because a lot of those things are bigger. But there's several Teresa Kogut pieces. I know I have the Dasher and Dancer I started in July that's barely got a start. That's a big one. There were a few things I kitted up last year, so we're going to kind of talk about it. I'm going to show some things. I would like to get starts. At this point, am I going to get a lot of the bigger things completely stitched before Christmas? No. And I know that, but I love, love, love stitching in season. It is my favorite way to stitch. I wish that I was inspired to stitch Christmas, a couple months ahead of time. I'm not. I would really like to probably focus on stitching a little bit more Christmas throughout the year in 2026. So I have some of those framed pieces, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I am going to enjoy the stitching during the season. I'm going to pull out some of these pieces. A couple of them are from the Kitten Stitcher Advent box from last year. She's not doing it this year. She didn't do it this year. I believe she said in her recent newsletter she's not doing it next year either. It's just kind of one of those random things that she may do once in a while or may not, do what you want. But even at that, I didn't even have enough time to stitch a single thing last year, so I'm all right with it. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys some things I think that I would like to start. I'm going to show you the Teresa Kogut pieces I pulled out because there's a couple from Patreon. I don't even know if she's released them. They're like a couple years old now that have been my favorite and I've wanted to stitch for a while. And I'm like, why do I not just start them? And I've also said this during my Friday Stitch With Me lives. I kind of feel like Blue Coat Santa, when I bought it at the Jingle Ball last year, I was afraid it was going to be it was going to take a long time, basically, because it is pretty stitch heavy. And I have to say, I have been loving every single stitch. So, Teresa's charts are a joy to stitch. One of the things I think I love about Teresa's charts is that they are big and in color. Brenda Gervais are also the same way. The charts are big, they're in color. And I do think that makes a difference. It is not a requirement for me to stitch something, but I have noticed that it does make it a lot easier for me. So without that further ado, let's talk about all of the good stuff today. Plus, I have a lot of giveaway winners, and I will have some giveaways as well today. We're going to talk about Vlogmas coming up, and yeah, let's talk stitching. As a reminder, I list and link everything I talk to down in the description below, as long as there is a link for it. So definitely check down there. Now, if I run out of room in the description box, I put it in the first pinned comment. So you can always check the comment section and it will be up at the top if it runs over. I do let you know in the description that I have prattled on a lot and there's a lot to link. So you can always check there. Now, I also want to say I do have a few things I have sewn. I cannot share yet because they are going to be part of Vlogmas. I have done a little bit of prep work this year. I have completely planned out the month. I have completely planned out all of the giveaways, and we have some nice things, I think, for you guys this year. So I am very excited for December 1st. Okay, let's talk WIPs. So my first WIP that I'm going to share today is a partial finish / WIP. The Jingle Ball is December 5th through the 7th. And during the Jingle Ball, you have the option to take classes. Now, if you want to know more about the Jingle Ball, check out my last Flosstube 125, where I kind of go through how to sign up. It is not too late to sign up. It is not too late to grab a ticket. It is not too late to grab a PDF for a lot of the classes. A lot of the class kits are sold out. There might be a few still available. If there's something that you still want that has a kit, you can go ahead and grab that. Otherwise, I grabbed all PDFs this year and kitted everything up myself. And that includes the Gingerbread Man sewing book from Stacy Nash. Now, I decided, this is the back. I mean, hold me back. I'm really getting far on this one. I don't even know which way oh yeah, I know what it goes this way. Okay. So for this one, I decided last year's class was the Gingerbread House needle book. And I turned mine into like a stuffed stand-up gingerbread house. I am also not going to be finishing this gingerbread the way that it is intended. It is supposed to be a needle book. If you watched my live Friday evening, then you got a sneak peek of this finish. Plus, I have shared him on Instagram. But what I think you don't see in a photo compared to a video is I'm going to put my hand, and I do not have big hands, but I'm going to put my hand next to him, and you can see that he's very tiny. If you're doing the needle book, if you bought the kit, it is called, the model stitched on and the kit components were 36 count. That's going to give you a good size for a needle book. He would not be a good size for a needle book. That's because I stitched mine on 46 count Ween Beans by Needlebling Design, which was the called for fabric last year. Not the called for fabric this year, but I wanted to, like I say, kit up from my stash. And I thought he was just precious. I love how little he is. I do have a gingerbread tree that I put up in my bedroom. Of course, I will be showing you guys all of that in my Vlogmas series. And I think he'll be a perfect addition to it. He will be two-sided, just like the chart, but I'm going to make him into a little ornament. And that will likely be part of Vlogmas at some point. I hope I hope, during Jingle Ball weekend, but we'll just see where we get to at that. Stitching on 46 has not been bad. I'm a little slower, for sure. I can definitely go faster on 36, but I don't mind it, and I actually really love it. I ordered some more 46 from Number 12 Stitch Co. It's on its way to the US. As we speak, I think it'll be here in a couple days or so, just because I love, love, love 46 count fabric, and I could see stitching a few more things on it. I'm not going to stitch everything on it, but I do love that. So this is the Gingerbread Man from Stacy Nash. Look at him. Now, anything for the Jingle Ball will not be released this year. And it's up to the designers when they want to release to the public their Jingle Ball designs. I believe they're exclusive for a year for the Jingle Ball. That means if you don't attend the Jingle Ball, if you do not purchase the class, there is not just a chart only option. It's only part of the class. You'll have to wait a year for the chart to be released. And I did not want to wait, so I went ahead and jumped on that, and I think he's just going to be the cutest addition to my gingerbread tree. In addition to the 46 count Ween beans by Needlebling, using all of the called for Weeks Dye Works over dyed floss. My next WIP that I want to talk about is the Blue Coat Santa from Teresa Kogut, which was a Jingle Ball exclusive last year, but Teresa has now released this to the public, and it is arriving in shops, arriving in your mailboxes if you've pre-ordered it. And I know I started this 2 weeks ago, and I know some of you might still be waiting for your chart. You still have time. All of my videos for my Blue Coat Santa Sal are going to be in a playlist here on YouTube. You can search Blue Coat Santa, and they should all pop up for you. It will populate all of my Stitch With Me's. The finishing tutorial for the stuffy will be there, as well as the finishing tutorial for the sleigh. It's the 141 design sleigh ride sleigh that I am staining, painting, haven't quite decided yet, to tuck Mr. Santa into. So I love him. Do not, if you are disappointed because your chart is not here yet, jump in when you can. I promise you guys, I am shocked at how fast he's stitching. So if you joined me Friday evening, you'll notice I have made quite a bit of progress since then. All of the light blue in his coat needed to be filled in. I think I did these two sections right here while we were live. I had started to fill in some of his beard, and I still have a little bit to do. And I'll talk a little bit here in this video today about my process when I have a lot of fill-in. So first up for the Sal, I want to remind everyone, here is the schedule. And this is just the day that I considered the week starts. You will notice, though, on my channel, there are already all the scheduled lives. There's 2 more lives for this, and they are scheduled for the 28th, I believe, and the 5th. No, I would not have put it on the 5th, would I have? That would be stupid. That is the Jingle Ball. Well, okay, so I have scheduled the lives now. The exception is going to be Jingle Ball weekend. We are not going to have a live during the Jingle Ball weekend. So that might be subject to change. Okay, anyway, this is when each week starts for this. The finishing tutorial will be December 13th, and sometime in Vlogmas, it will be before the finishing tutorial. There will be another additional tutorial for the sleigh, like me staining, painting, finishing it, antiquing it, whatever. If you want to see that, that will be included in that playlist. So here is the breakdown of how I've broken down Blue Coat Santa for stitching. You'll notice week 1 was the top left, and I talked about this in my live video too, that I did start in the center, which was let's go back here, which was right down here. And I worked on the house, and I started, I mean, I really did work on it. And then I worked up on to the roof, and then I worked my way up to the beard. I outlined his beard, and I have said this before when I did the Santa wreath from Teresa Kogut. Getting Santa's face in for me is really inspiring. I don't know what it is about the face, but that really helps me just want to get going. And that was the case here. So even though week 1 probably would have just been about here, during week 1, I outlined his beard and I did do his face. Then I did finish during week 1 his stick horse, and I had outlined, but I hadn't done any of the fill-in. So what I ended up doing then during the live, and now since the live on Friday, was I finished the brim of his hat. I finished the hat, plus his little palm here. I've outlined his arm, and I outlined the rest of the roof. I filled in his other sleeve, and I've done a little bit of fill-in for the beard. How I've been handling the beard, and I was talking about this during the live, that sometimes I'll just set a timer for 30 minutes, an hour, and I'll do fill-in, and then when that hour is up, I'll just work on something else. That makes me work on the fill-in. How I've done it this weekend is I will, let's say I finished the brim of his hat. I did 1 thread of grits for his beard. Then I outlined his arm and outlined this part of his coat. I did 1 thread of grits. I filled in the rest of the rooftop. I did 1 thread of grits. It was just a little balancing act for me so that it makes me fill it in, because just filling in all that white is not fun. But that for me makes it not a big deal, because I feel like I can fly through a thread of white and then, or whatever color I'm filling in, and then I move on to something else. So my goal for this week is to finish up this top half of the house, get all of this filled in, and I will be ready for week 3. So that is fun. I do need to leave something for fill-in for Friday's live. We shall see what that might be. So anyhow, that is where we are on this. Let me pop this graphic back up again. So week 3 is going to be then this left, it'll be the left side of his bottom of his coat, house, and leg. And then it's just the opposite for the last week. I felt like this was a good breakdown. I literally just put it in my editing software, kind of as tight as I could, and then just put center lines right through it. And I think the last 2 weeks, actually, just a lot of blue and a lot of the beiges for the trim. And then of course his wonderful boots. And then he'll be ready to go. I am so, so excited about him. I think he is fantastic. Isn't he beautiful? I just love him. Now, if you love the design of this and the blue is not your thing, you could choose 3 shades of red, and you could switch it all to red if you wanted to, or whatever color you like. I do love, Tara had pointed this out in her video, that Teresa does the Santas in a lot of different coat colors, and I do think that that's really clever and fun. And so he's going to be perfect. I already know where he's going to go. I'm very excited. I am stitching him on the 36 count Saltbush by Fox and Rabbit. Saltbush is the called for. The model is stitched on 40. I wanted him to be just a little bit bigger, so I'm stitching mine on 36. He will be perfect whether you're stitching linen or Aida. He's going to be gorgeous. You can stitch on 28, 32, 14, 16, 18, 20, whatever you like. He is really, really cute. I would pick a darker shade of linen if you don't have Saltbush and you're looking for something. Just something that your white shows up good on. You can see the white really pops on this Saltbush, so you're going to want your white to pop. The only color changes that I made for mine, I'm using all the called for. The blues are all over dyes. We have a Classic Color Works, 2 Weeks Dye Works. I switched out the DMC 310 to mascara. I switched out the DMC 3866 2 Weeks Dye Works grits. So that's just my black and my white. That is my personal preference. Definitely do not need to do that. So that is beautiful blue coat Santa. Oh, look at him. Doesn't it just make you want to stitch all the Teresa Kogut Santas? I know I do. So I realized as I was doing my WIPs, and then I went back and looked at my Instagram post for my last Flosstube. I'm pretty sure that Stand Up for Santa, which is Kathy of Hands On Designs Jingle Ball class, was not finished in my last video, but he was finished in between. I did post him to social media, to Instagram, so you might have seen him, but I should show him here. So Stand Up for Santa is gorgeous, another super popular design, I think, for the Jingle Ball. I really wanted to learn to do a stand-up, so I did sign up for this class, and I have to say, I loved stitching him. Who knew? So he is stitched on 20 count linen. I'm using Milk Chocolate from Fabrics by Stephanie, which is not called for. Again, I did not have the kit, so I kitted it up myself. All pearl cottons with DMC for the face and Whisper for a few elements. Let's just say stitching with Whisper on 20 count linen is delightful. It is not delightful on 3640 or anything else. But on this, you use 2 strands, and it was so fun. The texture is amazing. I cannot wait to have him as a stand-up. He is awesome. So, yeah, I absolutely love, love, love him, and super, super excited. You too could kit this up. He is, again, stitched with pearl cottons. So if you don't have the pearl cottons, I believe Shepherd's Needle was kitting this up. They might still be kitting this up, or you can simply go to 123 Stitch or anywhere that sells pearl cotton, grab the colors you need, grab a 20 count linen or a 10 count Aida, and get to stitching, and you can finish along with Kathy's class. So again, this is Stand Up for Santa by Hands On Design. And it is a Jingle Ball 2025 class project, meaning we won't see this until at least next year or later. Kathy doesn't always release hers right at a year. So it's time to talk about my Christmas WIPs. And I have pulled anything that is started and is in a project bag or in my hanging bags. We will talk kitted projects I want to start next week. Since I did pull several that I want to get a start on. I am going to show you, however, the Teresa Kogut charts I have pulled to kit up this week. My goal is actually to start a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what it is. I have startitis, and I am going to just go with it, because once a Vlogmas starts, I know that I won't want to have to think about kitting things up. I'm just going to pull out a project that has, even if it's a tiny start, I'm going to pull out those tiny start projects and stitch. So like I said, I want to stitch in the season. So I am simply going to get a whole bunch of starts going this next week or so and be ready for Vlogmas and ready for December. All right. I'm going to start with things I found in bags. I have not done an Adopt-A-WIP in a while, and I knew which one I was going to pull before I ever went to my closet to look to see what I had in there. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it here in a minute. But that will be at the end of the video. We'll do the Adopt-A-WIP, but I am going to tell you which one it is when we get there. So first up, this is a Merry Heart by Erica Michaels. I got it at Quilter Station. Good grief. I got this at Quilter Station. It was a class piece, so it has not been released yet. And I have a little start on it. I would really like to work on this. Oh, I have such a nice little start on it. So here is, I started on the berry. Super pretty. Let me see what fabric this is to remind myself. This is Dirty Teacup Linen 36 count. And you can do both the pillow and the berry on this. I should probably just spend an evening and get the berry finished. But super, super sweet. Love it. Really fun class piece. So this is one of those pieces that I found in my WIP. And of course we got all of the finishing things for it. All of the things. Because it's actually a pillow, a berry, and then this little perforated paper tag. Super cute. And this is a Merry Heart, and again, not yet available because this was a class piece from Quilter's Station. Okay, this WIP will be available for Adopt a WIP, and you'll get everything for this. This is Rudolph's Reindeer Games by Cherry Hill Stitchery. Cherry Hill Stitchery actually closed their doors this year, no longer designing cross stitch. This was like a bonus piece for a stitch along I did a couple years ago. I know why I've not come back to it, even though I have stitched the reindeer, and he's an ornament. He's on my red and white tree. You'll see him during Vlogmas. I've stitched the big piece on the sled. That was the main stitch along piece. This was a bonus. I actually had 2 bonuses. I finished one. I did not finish this one. And I just don't think I'm going to. He's stitched on 28 count with 2 threads. I did do a full conversion. I have all that information. I have all of the thread. I just don't want to stitch with 2 threads. I have picked this up multiple times, and every time I don't want to do it. There is not that much left, to be honest. It's a lot of the white and a lot of the text, and of course bringing the rest of the branch over. I think if I give this away today, someone could be blessed with it and have a finish by Christmas. So I am going to be offering this as an Adopt a WIP today. In fact, we will just do that right now. Leave the word Rudolph in your comment if you would like to win this. This is 28 count vintage country mocha, 2 strands over 2, full color conversion. I hope I wrote it down. If not, I will write that down for you guys so you know what is what in here, although it's probably pretty self-explanatory. You will get the chart. This was a paper chart only, so you'll get the paper chart. You'll get what I've stitched so far. You're going to get the overdyes conversion. You'll get the rest of this on the ring. You're not going to get this plastic bag, but I am going to give you a zippered mesh plastic bag with all of this. So it'll be a nice little Christmas present, hopefully for you. And if you would like to finish this, please use Rudolph in your comment as today's Adopt a WIP. Now, things that I had in my basket, probably from Christmas in July. So the first thing is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas from Fig Tree Quilts, and I have been thinking about this a lot. I actually want to just get this finished because I have a very cute finish for this that I would like to share during Vlogmas. In fact, I scheduled the finish during Vlogmas, so that's going to encourage me to get this done. I am stitching mine on 46 count Flax by Zweigart, using a color conversion that I believe Susan of the Felted Pear came up with. So it's all overdyed. It's charted in DMC, but I really love the bright, happy colors. To me, this is just total fig tree goodness. And again, I have a really fun finish. I'm not framing mine, but I'm going to get this done and shared with you guys. The chart, full color, so easy to read. And this is, again, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas from Fig Tree. It's so cute. It's just a cute little samplery design. And I am such a huge fan of Fig Tree quilts, so I love it. Okay, the next thing, and I don't know where my fabric is for this, but I did give the original stitch that I started away. I did not give the chart away because I'm stitching these. And this is Oh Christmas 3 from Hands On Design. I decided to change to 36 count Black Swan from Fox and Rabbit. I am using my own color and cotton color conversion for this. I'll list that down below. This one is actually finished. I need to stitch the other two, and really I just need to get my butt on that. So I need to leave this out, get my fabric out for this, because maybe I didn't cut out. I have a huge cut of Black Swan. So I just need to get my other two pieces out and get these stitched, because I'm going to do a round finishing tutorial during Vlogmas as well, because I have multiple pieces to finish. One whole Vlogmas episode is going to be dedicated to finishing ornaments, and I cannot wait. Okay, this is my super fun fig tree bag that I made. I love it. So, this is Dasher and Dancer by Hobby House Press. I only have the teeniest tiny start on this. I want to get back to this because this is going to be a framed piece for my basement. I flip-flopped. Last year I did my more neutrals upstairs where I usually do my red and white tree and all of my red and white. And I flipped them last year. Not the biggest fan of that choice. So this year I bought 2 new trees because I'm crazy. I got the wonderful, beautiful trees from Home Depot. I love them. They're color changing. They're amazing. I love, love, love them. The one downstairs I got unflocked and I got like the full tree. The one upstairs I got the skinny version, but even at skinny, it's not like a pencil tree. It's just beautiful. And I got the flocked one. Love both of them. So, so good. It does not matter. My whole point is this matches my downstairs vibe totally. I did choose to do mine in greens. I am stitching mine in collared greens Belsois silk, and I am stitching on, I hope it's still on here. I bet it's on here. 36 count green tea by Color and Cotton. So it's just kind of got a slight greenish hue to it. It's beautiful. So I just want to work on this throughout the year. And of course, I'd like to get some stitches in during the holiday season. But I would like to have this done for next year. It is a big one. Let me tell you the stitch count. I suppose I have everything out of order in here. I sure do. 355 by 168. That's not that bad. On 40 count, it'd be 17 3/4 by 8.5. And of course, I'm doing 36, so it's going to be just a little bit bigger than that. Not a lot, though. Oh, I love, love, love it. This one was one that has been on my radar for quite some time. And finally, this is my snowman project bag. I did have a tutorial here on my channel. I actually have a tutorial filmed for the other one that I've never put up that will be up during Vlogmas. Cross our fingers. I say that, but we're just going to have to cross our fingers that gets put up. This is already on my channel, and if you like this bag, stay tuned for Vlogmas giveaways. So, this houses let me get it out. This adorable snowman from Brenda Gervais. This is Let It Snow. I am stitching on 40 count Tobias by Seraphim with all of the called for, and I am not very far. In fact, I think I started this in January, and I've never touched it again. I think with a few good evenings of stitching, this one could be done. I'm going to try, especially because I would love to be able to leave this one out during January. So, absolutely love Let It Snow. And that is it for actual WIPs. Kitted Up is a whole new story. But I will, if you guys are interested in that, I will do those next week just to kind of show you guys what's on my radar, and some of them maybe I'll even start. I don't want to promise because I got some Jingle Ball stitching that really needs to happen, but it wouldn't hurt to break out a couple of them since they're fully kitted and just get in a few stitches, right? All right, we're going to talk about all of the Teresa Kogut charts I pulled. These are by far not all of them, but what I want to do is put my Teresa Kogut charts into a bag. I want to curate a floss ring with the colors. She uses a lot of the same colors, not on everything, of course, but I want to curate a floss ring that will work for the majority of the charts, I guess. You know, I may have to pull colors here and there so that I can always have a Teresa Kogut Christmas piece going. I thought that this would be a really great way for me to be able to maybe get some of these done before Christmas 2026. So we shall see. But I'm going to show you what I've pulled, kind of talk about what I think I may start after Blue Coat Santa's done. I know Pink Coat Santa's coming. I'm a little bit funny. I don't always start the new things when they're new. I like to sit and marinate on things for a little bit. I'm a weirdo, I know. Every once in a while I'll get a chart and I start it right that minute, but it doesn't happen very often. All right, so I'm going to flip my camera and we're just going to kind of go through these. So the first thing I pulled, and I think one of the things that is so eye-catching about this one for me, is this was part of the Kitten Stitcher Advent box last year. It's called Sweet Moon. But I think it's the fact that this was stitched on a dark fabric. If I can do it, I would like to stitch it on that 36 count Black Swan. I love the bright yellow of this. And this is one, now that I've had it for almost a year, I think I would like to really start this. I love the Santa. My favorite thing, though, is this, it's the big Santa, but with the little village down here. I love that little village. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a new start when I pull out that Black Swan for my Oh Christmas 3 from Hands On Design to get my little fabric for those ornaments. I'm going to cut my piece of fabric for this. So this is one I will be kitting up this week for sure. Okay, these are some of my favorites. This is a 2023 Patreon that I don't think has been released anywhere. If it has, correct me. I did, was it Dancer's Friends ornament? It was from the same year, but it's the same little deer face. She does face as well. She just does. But I loved this one. I loved the greenery here, and of course the little cardinals. And then there's little bunnies down here as well. I just thought this was a sweet, sweet little stitch. This one is only 82 by 76. That one wouldn't be a bad one to do. I am sure, I shouldn't say I'm sure, but I almost am certain. We will look. There are a couple of Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works in this. I'm looking to see if it's for the deer. The deer is not. And I really feel like with the big area of this deer, I'm going to try to find it overdyed for that portion of my chart. So that is one. I have wanted to stitch it since it first came out, and I put it away. So now I'm going to put it in a bag. It might be the same difference, but we shall see. We're going to kit it up. Also in these are all 2023s. I love this one. Now, what I don't love about this one, I don't necessarily love the text. What I'm thinking about this one is I'm going to leave all the text out and maybe just add a couple more snowflakes. But I love that funny little snowman sitting on the reindeer. Oh my gosh, I just think he's so fun. So this is another one, and it's 184 by 156, so it's quite a bit bigger. But I love this. And here is how big it would be on all of the different counts of fabric. All charted in DMC for this one. Again, I do think the deer would benefit from some overdyed. And I know that little Mr. Frosty here will be stitched in grits because that's just my personal preference. Okay, this one I for sure am going to start because I love this snowman with the pipe. This is one I've wanted to stitch as well. I think he's adorable. I love the two different kinds of border. And this is Cardinal's friend also. I don't think this one's been released either, unless if it has, let me know. So she needs to bring these out, but I just love this one. I'm pretty sure I probably will stitch on a 36 count for this because I'm really loving that for Blue Coat Santa. So 8 3/8 by 5.5. So that would be a cute little framed up piece as well. I mean, look at this little guy. He's adorable. Okay, I did pull the 2022 ornament. I believe you can still purchase this in the in Teresa Kogut's shop, I think. I do have an idea for this. I am not going to stitch the whole thing. So I will be sharing this during my Vlogmas. And of course, it's just a tiny little piece. If it works out, that's what I'm going to do. And before we do the book, this is from this year. I love this Santa. This is the Hello Cardinal. And I love the little snowman in the pocket. I love the snowman in the pocket. I think that's so adorable. Let's see. Size-wise, on 40, it would only be 5 1/8 by 6.5, or 36, 5 3/4 by 7 1/4. And of course, all the sizes are here, so it gives you an idea of how big it's going to be. Would make a wonderful framed piece. And this has some classic color works, DMC and Weeks Die Works in it. Snowday Friends is this year's ornament. I am going to stitch this as a round. I have not started it yet. I'm planning on starting it this week as well. I love everything about it. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for snowmen. My paper crafters know this about me. Teresa I love Santa as well, and I just really love Teresa's Santas. She just does both. Let's face it, she just does everything amazing. Okay, and then this was a newsletter exclusive from 2024. And I love him. Absolutely amazing. So this is Woodland Santa. Again, I don't think this one is available. Definitely sign up for Teresa's newsletter. You never know if there'll be something awesome like this included. So this is another gorgeous, gorgeous Santa from Teresa Kogut. And let's look at the size for this one. So 36 would be 6 1/4 by 7 7/8, or 40, 5 5/8 by 7. So super cute. I love the little hanging wreath with the pine cone and that basket and all the little mushrooms. Just absolutely adorable. And I know that Tara showed this in her video as well. And my friend Lori had been asking about this one last week. So it's so cute. I bet we start seeing some of these. If you stitched it, let me know. I would love to check it out. Okay, this is the Hello Santa book. I always like to grab the book if possible. I do have some of the charts in here from Patreon, but her books are so beautifully done that I always want, to get the book just because I think it's phenomenal. Anyway, and there's always usually a few things in here from not Patreon, like Green Coat Santa. He may have been from Patreon. I have no idea. There's things I missed, or maybe I wasn't in her Patreon yet, etc. One of my favorite things about him are these teeny tiny little skinny red and white candy canes against the green. I think they are so cute. I am almost 100% I won't stitch this big border. I probably will just stitch him like this and get him framed. Okay, this was a Patreon piece, Top Hat for Jack. It is another one that I really want to stitch. I love the little snowman sitting on top of the reindeer. I do think I will pick a darker color of linen. I'm going to see what this was stitched on in here. just because I think that the snowman will stand out better. Brea by Needle and Flax. I still think I'm going to pick something a little darker. Or maybe it's the photo in here. We shall see. Okay, Green Coat Santa was next. Here's another design in here. This is probably my least favorite one from the book. Just because, but it's beautiful. It's just, I don't know that I'll stitch that one. Okay, I love this one. This is another Yellow Coat Santa. I love, again, that combination of Santa with the snowman. This little snowman holding December 25th has always been one of my favorites. I just love how he's looking up at Santa. And I love those little skinny candy canes in his pocket again. So cute. Let's look at the size of this one. Oh, here's a card I made. Oops. All right. So on 36, he'd be 7.5 by 7 3/8, which I think is perfect for framing. Or on 40, 6 3/4 by 6 5/8, either one. That's probably what I will do. This was another one from Patreon, and again, another fantastic snowman with that teeny tiny skinny candy cane. And he's got a little heart. I mean, everything about him is amazing. Dealer in Good Things makes me laugh. Let's look at the size of that. 6 by 6 3/4 on 36 count. And I mean, just look at the original artwork that it's from. Amazing. All right. This one I started, but I didn't start on a dark enough fabric. And this is Dear Santa. I love this one because I love how he has his floss and his scissors, and the cardinal's got a skein of floss. The toy bag open up down here. This is really pretty. The borders on this I like a lot, like Christmas. I love it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. These borders are super pretty. I don't know if I'll stitch that one either, but I'm a firm believer in never say never. And I think that's it. Anyhow, that's it. There's a lot in this book. Okay, so this is my big stack of things I've pulled of Teresa Kogut. If you've seen her Jingle Ball sneak peek, oh my word. I can't say for certain because I obviously haven't seen everything, or the Jingle Ball hasn't happened yet and I haven't made all my purchases, but I'm almost certain I want to kit that and start that one. That might be my Jingle Ball start. I have two sneak peeks I've seen that I think will be Jingle Ball starts, but we shall see. Okay, I hope that's given you a little bit of inspiration for Teresa Kogut, Santas and Snowmen. Let's do a little Stitchy Kindness and Enable Vision, and then we'll do some giveaways. So, Stitchy Kindness, you guys have been so sweet. I received quite a few wonderful birthday gifties. So, the first thing I want to share is my friend Lori gave me a beautiful card. Thank you, Lori. Then she brought me a cute, this was in the gift. I'll show you the gift here in a minute. I got my Hello 50 t-shirt. So fun. I haven't actually worn it yet, so I need to wear it now that I've shown it to you guys. And then, you guys, she made me this. Here is my Christmas tote bag made from Tilda fabric. How adorable is this? She put a little bow on it. It's absolutely darling. So, so cute. Super fun. I love it. Thank you, Lori. She knows this already, but thank you, thank you. Such a thoughtful, sweet gift. And I will enjoy using my wonderful Christmas tote bag. I love it. So my friend Jennifer Kinney made me a beautiful card. Thank you so much. And not the Jennifer Kinney that won a gift, by the way. It's funny that I have a good friend, Jennifer Kinney, and then there's another Jennifer Kinney. I mean, that's not a super, unique name, of course, but just thought that was fun. And then, Simon Says Stamp sent me a card. Thank you. This is from my wonderful friend, Karen. Look at that fun birthday card. And then look at this bag. So it was the year of the bags. Karen she made this. How adorable is this bag, you guys? So cute. Karen is so talented. She just taught herself, I believe, this year. And she is amazing. She's made all kinds of cute things. She made me some strawberries, like little stuffed strawberries. And then she made me this bag. I love it. Thank you, Karen. And then my paper crafting friend Zoe made me this beautiful card. She put a Starbucks gift card inside and a sweet note. Zoe totally surprised me. Thank you so much. I love this. Thank you. Let's see. Lynn sent me a thank you for a Flosstube gift or prize that she won. Not gift, prize. Absolutely adorable. Thank you. I have a lot to go through, and I think there's more at the post office this next week. My friend Dixie sent me a beautiful lemon-themed card. Isn't that cute? Let's see. This one is from Danae. Look at how adorable this one is. Danae, thank you. And then on top of that, I have to keep everything together, so bear with me. Let me make sure that it didn't get all mixed up. I have multiple things going here. Danae sent me a fun package that had red things in it because she knows I love red. So from Fat Quarter Shop, she sent me this adorable thread bling. Some Lady Dot Creates chenille trim in Brick House and Sizzle. I can never have enough of this. Love it. And then I thought this is a cute idea, by the way, I think just for gifts. I loved this, that she picked all things in red to gift. She picked out red shades, look at all these, of Weeks Dye Works. How amazing is that? I just thought it was such a cool gift. So Danae, thank you. That was so thoughtful of you. Thank you very much. Okay, Laura sent this beautiful card. I love this. That background is so cool with those flowers against it. Gorgeous. And then I put them back in here so that I keep, like I said, I try to keep everything together. She sent this super cute little pin, and then it says dogs, books, and coffee. And then it just twists. I'm totally putting this in my stitch box. Absolutely adorable. This is an ornament. I'm going to open it now that I looked at it, but you know, I didn't want to take things out till I show them. So I'm going to hang this on my little tree. Dear Santa, please bring the coffee. How cute is that? And then this is like little bag bling or scissor bling. Just a girl who loves sunflowers. And it has my name. I live in Kansas, the sunflower state. So this is perfect. Perfect for my summery stitching. I love, love, love it. So thank you so much, Laura. So sweet of you. Let's see. Oh, I just love it. So fun. Anyway, thank you. I love it so much, Laura. And then she wrote me a sweet. Ginger sent me a sweet card and note. Love it. Here's some information on my home loan. We don't need that. Mindy sent me the cutest little card and note. Thank you so much, Mindy. I love it. We're still on our Happy Mail. Okay. Some of these will be Vlogmas giveaways. Some of them will be giveaways today. I'm going to save one of the groups for Vlogmas, but we are going to give away one of them today as well. So April of Crafty Blue Bonnet sent along some of her latest charts. Thank you so much, April. We have Santa's Favorite Nurse, the Texas Snow Globe, Cookies for Santa Spool. I love all the little goodies up on top of it. Noel. I love that one too. Merry and Bright Lights. And then she also sent Sweet and Spicy Gingerbread, which is a full kit to make these. And I believe this is a website only exclusive, and it's only available while supplies last, and this will be a Vlogmas giveaway. April has so kindly offered several giveaways for Vlogmas, so sweet. All right. And then the company that I always recommend to you guys for the laser cut circles, Brandon and Shannon Artabani. I hope I did not, I'm sure I butchered that. I'm so sorry. I apologize. But it's Brandco LLC, and they sent along, this is a little finishing, or a little nativity that they're drum stands. So if you finish the Tiny Town Nativity into a drum, it will fit on these little stands. And they have sent 2 of them, and I am going to offer one of them as a giveaway today, and the other one will be a giveaway in Vlogmas, and you're going to get the full kit, the Tiny Town Nativity. Threads, no fabric. You can pick your own fabric. But threads, and you'll get the little finishing drum stand. So it's a little drum stand that you can set your drum on. It's so cute. So they sent 2. One is stained and one is not. So the stained one is going to be part of my Vlogmas. You can get the unstained one today. If you have finished your drum, you want a cute little stand for it, I want to give this to you, and you simply stain it or paint it however you like. And I want to thank them so much. I will link them below for sending these along. So sweet and so kind. And then my friend Tabitha also sent a birthday card. I think she said something is supposed to also be coming separately from this. It just hasn't arrived at my post office yet. So I will be back next week with talking about that. But look how cute that card is. And she wrote me the funniest note. And I'm just going to tell you, this is not like a card I designed, but she often will make this cards that I make. And she just said, it's near to impossible to send me a card that wasn't designed by you. So if you designed this one, sorry. Which is so funny, but I absolutely love it. So thank you, Tabitha. She always makes me giggle. I cannot wait to meet her in person next summer. All right, I do have a few things I've gotten. So I got my classic Colorworks Club flosses. So pretty. I just love getting my club floss. And then I did put in an order at Farm Girl Dry Goods. I actually had to get some more 36 count Saltbush, which some of those Teresa Kogut Santas might get stitched on this. Then I also picked up these at Farm Girl Dry Goods. I got the 36 count Red Cedar from Cedar River Linens. I got Coffee Stain from Cedar River Linens. And then I did get my colors from Cedar River Linens. I ordered the new colors. So let's make sure, because in a couple of these I got a couple of counts. So this, or I think I got, some of these might not be new. I can't remember. Sepia in 36 and 40. I like that one a lot. Some of these might be good for Santa's too. This is Mica. I also got this one in 36 and 40. These are the new colors. I really like Cedar River linen. And then I did get this in 36, and this is it Aspen Glow? I can't read this. But it's just a nice light. It almost has a pinkish undertone. It might be good for Pink Coat Santa. It might be too light. Anyway, it's super pretty. One of my orders from Lindy's Stitches came. I picked up Autumn Moon from Plum Street Samplers because I just am so successful at all of my stitching there. I do have Winter Moon started. That's not really Christmas. I consider that my winter stitch. It's okay. I got Mini Mummy Moon and Charcuterie Board. I love them. So fun. I also grabbed, and I need to add this to my tree. I think I'll add it to my crafty tree. This is the Primrose Cottage ornament. I don't think they've done ornaments before. Of course, it's a snowman on a spool. I thought it was cute. So, oh, he's glued on there real good though. I'll get it off. There we go. So here is the ornament. So cute. Then I got my Color and Cotton Club colors. I changed to 40 count a couple months ago just in time for them to discontinue this club. I got Coconut Pale and Fun Dip. That is it for my Enable Vision haul today. Let's talk some giveaways. Giveaways and winners. Please use this email address shown right here to email me if you are a winner. Okay, so we're kicking it back. I also have lots of unclaimed things from like Flosstube's 119, 120, 21, 22. So you might go back and check if for those other videos. But if I don't hear back, those things are going to go back into rotation for future giveaways. All right, Flosstube 124 winners. There were 6 giveaways. The Fig Tree Patterns. This goes to Laura Petruso. Laura, if that is your comment on the screen, congratulations. Email me at that email address I showed, or that is listed down in the description box. The second, giveaway, okay, these are in here pretty good, except for this. It was Lori Holt cross-stitch charts. Goes to Christy Schwizow. Christy, if that is your comment, please email me. Let's see. Some quilt patterns from Fat Quarter Shop, I believe, and maybe, oh, I know what it is. It's a Kim Deal bundle. Goes to Cindy Richards. Congratulations, Cindy. This was an Ada and Fat Quarter Shop chart bundle. This goes to Jill Van Offelen. Congratulations, Jill. And what was the last one? Oh, it was a pansy patch pattern. Yes, a cute little autumn basket. Goes to Mina. Then I have one more. I lie. Number 6. Oh, this was the Pie Safe pattern. Also the from Fat Quarter Shop. It was those things. This goes to Jay. So Jay, if that is your comment, please email me with your physical mailing address, and if you could, please tell me what you won. That helps me a lot in gathering up your prize and getting it mailed out to you. Okay, from Flosstube 125, we had one winner, or one giveaway, pardon me. And that was a $25 gift certificate to Farm Girl Dry Goods, gifted so generously from Michelle at Farm Girl. And the winner of that is Wilma Marks. Congratulations, Wilma. If that is your comment, please email me and I will get with the email you want your code to be emailed to, and I will get that to you ASAP so you can do some fun shopping. Thank you all for participating in the giveaways, and let's talk about what we're giving away today. If you would like the Brand Co. Nativity drum little shelf sitter that you put your drum on, please use a 1 in your comment. And any small drum is going to fit on here. It's just sized for that tiny town nativity drum, but whatever you want to use, and I will send it packaged very carefully. It is bubble wrapped. I'm probably going to bubble wrap it more and make sure it's nice and safe because I don't want it to get damaged, but use a 1 in your comment. I'm also going to individually give away all of the, or one, at least one of the Crafty Bluebonnet charts. So if you would like merry and bright lights, please use a 2 in your comment. If you would like Santa's favorite nurse, please use a 3 somewhere in your comment. Cookies for Santa spool, please use a 4 somewhere in your comment. Texas snow globe, please use a 5 in your comment. And finally, the Noel ornament, please use a 6 somewhere in your comment. Okay, friends. One final little note. This week, it is Thanksgiving here in the U.S. I am starting Feels Like Fall by Brenda Gervais. I would love if you guys start it. Let me know. I'm just going to use the hashtag Feels Like Fall. It's not really a sow. So we're just going to start it I'm starting it for Thanksgiving. If you want to go for it. One last little touch of a fall Thanksgiving for the year. I know we're probably all in the Christmas mood. However, I wanted to spend Thanksgiving, reflecting on gratitude and blessings, and I thought this would be the perfect stitch because before we know it, it's going to be all about Vlogmas and Christmas and projects and all of the good things. I have so many fun things planned for Vlogmas. I hope you will tune in as you can. It will be a fun series again. Thank you guys so much for your excitement and interest in the series. That really fuels my excitement for the work that goes into it. So very, very excited about that. Definitely stay tuned to, if you are following my Facebook page or you're in the stitching group. It is a private group, so you do need to answer some questions and agree to the group rules in order to join. And also, if you follow my free Patreon, I will be posting it there as well, but I will be kind of grabbing any of the special Black Friday through Cyber Monday small business. Anyway, any of these special savings that I can find for crafting, I am bringing them all together and placing them there. So if you kind of want like a one-stop kind of see what there is out there, definitely check that out. Some are affiliate links. I will tell you that. And I have separate lists for crafting, paper crafting, pardon me, and stitching quilting. So definitely check those out if you're looking for some, let's be honest, some shopping for yourself. Okay, I think that is all I've got for you today. Thank you for joining me for another Stitching with Nichol Flosstube episode. I will be back next weekend. We'll talk about how the Thanksgiving stitching's going and, of course, how our Blue Coat Santa stitching and other Christmas stitching is going as well. Have a wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly love sharing creativity with this amazing community of crafters. A special thank you goes out to my wonderful Patreon members. I appreciate you all so much. If you'd like to join us on Patreon, you'll find the link in the video description below. Patreon is a private community where you can support more of what I do and enjoy exclusive content, behind the scenes updates, and extra perks. There's something for everyone, and we'd love to have you join our growing community. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Hi Stitchers, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Stitching with Nicole. So unintentionally, it has been 2 weeks for everyone. And I love how, you know, sometimes there's like little bathroom vignettes. No, because bless my heart, sometimes there's too much going on up here. At least I don't think so. He may have been. Who knows? I don't know everything. This is, all right.